Hey Franklin. So this is going to be your behind the scenes pinpoint pricing strategy. Um, I'd like to do this with you personally, but I figured this is the best way to maximize your time, my time, and give you a backstage pass of what we're looking at in order to price your home so that I'm not just sliding a piece of paper over to you and confidently telling you this is what the hot price of your home should be, right? So this is a process that we're both going through and figuring out together to come up with that final price. But so what we're going to do is we're going to be breaking it down into separate but not equal chunks. We're going to be trying to look it through the eye of an appraiser, the eye of a seller, and the eye of a buyer. The three things that an appraiser is going to be looking at to value a home is going to be the average price per square foot, the condition of the home, the condition of the average home, and then the location, functionality of the lot, and any kind of extras like parking, views, stuff like that. Okay, so that's what an appraiser is going to be looking at. They also look at if there's been a similar unit sold in the complex, then they lean super heavily on that as well. With yours being a smaller complex, that hasn't happened in a little while, so that's not going to happen as much. So we're going to be looking at the outside to figure out the value of this unit. Okay, so first we're going to start off with, if you notice, I've pre-plugged in some information. You got only attached homes. We're looking at the entire 92109, and we're looking in the rear view. So the houses that are currently in contract and the ones that have sold in the last 90 days. Okay, keeping it pretty open, one bedroom, one bath, and 700 square feet max. Not too many places that are one bedrooms are going to be smaller than like 500 square feet. So that should keep us pretty agnostic for everything else though, okay? Keeping it out completely empty. So when doing that, we have 25 houses that pop up. Now, 92109 also includes beachfront properties and Mission Bay, so this isn't going to be completely accurate for your specific location, but it's going to be a good starting point. So when we want to look through all of this, there's a ton of photos, but we're actually going to switch over here and go over to the CMA, so the averages of everything broken down into light items, bifurcated out into pending and sold. So what's going to be sold in the next 30 days and what has been sold in the last 90 days. Scrolling over and looking at the list price and the sold price. Down here, you're going to be sold price. All right, and then so for the houses that are pending, so they are about to be sold, we have an average of 19 days on market. Okay, so we've talked about this a couple of times before. A properly priced home in a good neighborhood is going to go within about a week. On average, is about somewhere around 2 weeks. And anytime a home sits on the market for over 30 to 40 days, then we start questioning like what's going on with this house. Okay, is it the price too high? Is the condition awkward? Is the complex not the greatest? Something is air quote wrong with the place. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Average square footage is 630, so about 130 square feet larger than your unit itself. And when we're in condos this small, price per square foot can fluctuate greatly. I mean, if we're looking here right now, we have a low of 476 and a high of 800, and a 30 square foot difference, right? So I mean, that's going to definitely deal with location and amenities and all that kind of good stuff, but just kind of showing the massive variance when it comes to square footage of homes this small. So normally appraisers are going to be looking at price per square foot and also just the price of one bedroom, one bath units in the area. Okay, so as of right now, pending, we have average price of $634 per square foot with a round up to nice even $400 for your unit. And then also we have over here is your monthly HOA fees. Okay, the average is running around 278, which actually is kind of low, but we have one right here at 135 on Missouri Street. Must be something with Missouri Street having low HOAs, because I know you guys have a super low HOA as well. But normally it's actually, like you see, a little bit closer to like 300, 330. Okay, scrolling down to solds, we actually have a ton of them. 19 sold in the last 90 days, which is a super healthy market. That means properties are selling, things are moving. I mean, you got 6 homes that are currently in contract and be closing shortly. I mean, if you look at when the house went pending, you got a bunch of them that are going to pop off real soon to get our data just a little bit more accurate. But scrolling down here, we're looking at 24 days on market on average. But I mean, if you look at a couple of statistical outliers, you have 173 days here, you got 68 here. There's 63 for this one over here. If you look at most of those, they're actually going to be, we got 450, 550 to 590. This one is 517. It's a little bit closer, probably closer to the beach as well. So that kind of makes sense for why they've been sitting on the market a little bit longer. But if you take out those statistical outliers, I mean, we're probably sitting somewhere around that 2-week mark for how long these homes are getting sold. If you also take a little bit deeper dive into which units are selling, you got a good number of them. So you got Diamond Street all over the place, and the Plaza, that complex right across the street from my house. Pretty high HOA, and it's actually in the middle of a renovation, and that's been actually turning off a lot of buyers actually. But once that thing is finished renovating, I guarantee you all these prices are going to get up a little bit higher. But most of those are going to be the closest model matches S to the one that you own. So scrolling down, we're looking at the average sale price is $392. Okay, so that means $399 is the pending one. So the market is getting a little bit quicker, but we're going to go into that later when we're talking about looking through the eyes of the buyer. But it's kind of a little bit of an indicator of, maybe the prices are going up still in PB. Okay, they've been going up for a while now. The median price of the home, $359. All right, so the average price per square foot, we're looking at $624 for the solds, and then actually $639 for the list. Oh wait, so yeah, $639 for the list price, and then $624 for the sales price, with actually an average sold property of $383, not the $392. So it's interesting that if we're going from sold to pending, prices seem to be still going up. I mean, time on market isn't too long, around like 0 to 37, so about that 19 average. So it's interesting that the sold price is slightly lower than the list price on average. But if you look at the median, 570, nice and solid at 347 for the average price. Okay, so that's kind of about where we belong for what's going on sold. So now we're going to switch over to what the buyer is actually going to be looking at. And when we do that, we want to be looking at the entire zip code, all active pending and back on market homes. Just figure out what's going on. Actually, we can get rid of pending because we already looked at those numbers. So all the active homes on the market right now. And thinking if someone's looking at a 1-bedroom condo in the beach community areas, somewhere around 350. I mean, we could even bump it up to 400 just to kind of see what, a 1-bedroom in the beach communities, specifically PB. I mean, 350 to 400, you're getting the exact same. You're getting a couple more for that extra 50 grand, which makes sense, right? Hopefully you would. But capping it off at price and a minimum of 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, seeing what we're getting. And again, keeping everything else agnostic over here, not worrying about parking or garages or anything like that. When we're starting the search, keeping the angle super obtuse. So again, looking at all the active homes. And we can look through all the pictures here in a second, but first we're going to go over to same what we did with the solds and look at the stats. Okay, so all the active homes, we got an average list price of $570 per square foot with the $377, so $378 average price. Home's been sitting on the market for 26 days, and price per square foot's all over the place again because of how small. I mean, look at this. So it's an inverse relationship. The larger the square footage of the actual unit, the lower the price per square foot is, and vice versa. Look, you got the 545. This one's all the way up at 825. So getting the median. All right. Been sitting on the market for a little while. This one's been on the market for almost 2 months, month and a half. So let's go back and look at what's going on with these houses, okay, in comparison to yours. So here we got the one on Faneuil, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, listed at $399 to $450. So that's a pretty big range. 2 parking spots though. Oops, we just highlight just the parking spots. 2 parking spots assigned in tandem, uncovered, but still 2 parking spots for 1 bedroom. That's pretty rare. So, you know, understandable that the price is going to be just a touch higher. But then let's scrolling down, $350 for the HOA payment. And just so you can get some context of what the HOA payment is doing to your purchase power, is for every $100 of HOA payments, you're not buying $20,000 worth of home. So to get apples to apples, if you were to have a home with 0 HOA and a home with a $100 HOA, they would have the exact same monthly payment if the one with no HOA was, say, $300,000 and the one with the $100 HOA, to get the exact same payment, that would be $280,000, right? So you're getting $20,000 less of home for every $100 of HOA payment. So let's actually take a look at the pictures here. So feels like a pretty open layout. Updated kitchen cabinets, all brand new. Let's see. Can't quite tell. It's a little bit too blurry to see if that's all GFCI. But okay, not the stainless steel appliances, but it goes well with the overall theme of this unit. A little bit older canned lightings. Washer and dryer, here we go. That's actually pretty big for San Diego, especially PBs have washer and dryer in unit. So another reason why the boosted price. Electric. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to be ground floor. It's got a patio. Looks like it's fenced in too. Yeah, it's a good size one too. It's a nice private area. Okay, back inside, looking at the living room. Here's your front door. There's the patio access. All right, into your bedroom. You got the laminate flooring. Interesting closet doors, but okay, decent sized closet. Looks like an exit sliding door, maybe probably out to the patio. All right. Bathroom matches the kitchen style, so the style is themed throughout. It doesn't really look like a flipped house, but possibly. Staged. Could be a flipper. And flippers are known for pushing the value of a community. Ground floor, 3 stories. Looks like wood construction, so it could be a little bit noisy if someone's stomping around on top of you. Gotta love these photos. This is a non-walkable roof, so this isn't like a patio or anything like that where everybody's hanging out on, but they're just trying to show that you are close to the beach. Oh, here we go. Actually, there's a portion that you actually stand on, so that's pretty cool. So the community has a rooftop deck with an ocean view. Close to Faneuil Park. I always gotta love these photos. They have nothing to do with the condo itself. Alright, so scrolling down on Faneuil, it is super close to Faneuil Park if we're looking at the map of PB over here. So close to the bay, 2 parking spots, updated, possibly even flipped, 545 square feet. So on the smaller end for PB's 1 bedroom, 1 bath, but closer to your unit's square footage. All right, we're looking at Lamont. This one's 400 to 425. 1 parking spot, but it is garage, underground, a little bit bigger. 623, built in 1990, so that's newer for San Diego. There's also already been a price reduction. Started off at 440 a week ago, and I've already dropped it down to 400 to 425. Okay, let's check out the inside. Cute exterior. Carpet, okay, so typically that means second floor if they don't have hardwood. Let's see, actually entry level is fourth floor, so it's top level unit. Okay, this means if it's possible there might be views. Let's see, okay, decent sized living room, smaller patio. Not really, no ocean views, but I mean fourth floor is always nice. No one's above you. You're only sharing 2 walls. But it does kind of stink that you've got to have carpet for noise complaints and all that kind of good stuff. All right, galley style kitchen. Stainless steel, but nothing crazy. Okay, very actually similar to your countertops and cabinets and finishes and fixtures. Bathroom's nice. Looks like everything's original to 1990. Maybe the carpet's new. Okay, so you got coin laundry. Front door's looking into the courtyard. All right. There's your parking spot and the good old beach. Photos mandatory, right? Even when you're not even close to the beach. All right, so let's see how close this property is to the beach. All right, kind of close to the bay, south of Grand Avenue, almost into Crown Point, but 259 HOA. All right. Yeah, this one's actually been on the market only about a week. Listed at 310. It's got 1 parking. It's assigned, but it's also that awkward spot in between Balboa and Grand. So it's really the worst location in PB to be considered in PB. These ones usually stay on the market for a little while longer. There was one on the market. It was top floor, and I think it sat on the market for like 35, 38 days, something like that. Okay, 345 HOA, again, about average for PB. It is VA approved, so that means you're going to definitely get everybody and their cousin who's in the military is going to be looking at it as well. All right, let's check out the building. It's got a pool. This is an awkward alley. There's like the police station's right back there. Again, there's going to be street noise. Didn't even stage it. Everything's pretty darn dated, and the floor looks dirty. Still got the popcorn ceiling. Moving out. Oh, wow. That's rough looking. Look how dirty all those fixtures are. Okay, so that makes sense why we're around 310. All right, nothing special. Did say something about in here that more photos are going to be after painting and cleaning. So maybe it looks a little bit better, but the fact that it's been sitting on the market for over a week and they haven't updated any photos, added any more, probably means they're actually not going to be doing any of those painting and remodeling. But okay, so that's decent to keep an eye on. All right, so this is the one actually that I kind of identified as being probably the closest in similarity to yours, outside of the Plaza. I mean, the Plaza is a huge complex, but this one has an under $300 HOA. Again, unusual for San Diego, especially PB. And it's not too far actually from your unit. I mean, look at where you are right here. It's just right over there, a little bit closer to Kate Stations Elementary School. But it's a smaller complex. It's got a little at under 50, not quite as small as yours. But here, it's been on the market for 38 days. They started out a little high. They just reduced the price yesterday, so May 22nd. They were at 375, and now they're down to 324,900. Interesting when they always do that, so it looks cheaper than it actually is. It's 325,000. All right, let's see what else is going on with this house. Seller to do 1031 exchange. There's no pets allowed in the complex. And the home occupancy rate is less than 50%. So if you are an investor, that means you're going to have to be paying a bigger chunk of a down payment. So it takes out some people, but most people who are looking to be owner occupied, the owner occupancy rate under 50% really doesn't matter. 2 stories. You're on ground floor. All right, let's look at the unit now. Oh, great. They didn't get professional photos, so they're tiny. All right, but you can see it's got wood floors. I was hoping you could see what type of wood. Small complex in here. All right. Looks like Formica countertops. Again, these photos kind of suck. Probably another reason why it's been sitting on the market so long. Cheap finishes, nothing great. Okay. Okay, terrible photos. Another reason why it's been on the market for a while. But if you look at list price, we're looking at $500 per square foot, 650 square feet. But I think more importantly is looking at that number right there. So 625, or sorry, 325. Let's get on to the next one. Another grand. So this is 2 bedroom, 1.5 bath. Been on the market for 76 days. Started out at 400, dropped it down to 380. So this is the one that I was talking about actually. Actually, there was another one that was its top floor. It was 1 bedroom, but this one's been on the market for 75 days. Still hasn't sold. $400 HOA. And again, in that terrible location. So it's got a couple more photos though. So let's check it out a little bit. Even though it's a 2 bedroom, still it's in the technical price range of what we were kind of capping it out at. If we're looking through the buyer's eyes, remember. So it looks like bamboo flooring, decent size kitchen, but again, with a 2 bedroom, 1.5 bath, you'd expect it to be a little bigger. Stairs dropping it down, so it's either over parking or it's split level. Mandatory beach picture. But again, almost 1,000 square feet. Just an awkward location. Okay, so that's going to be what's available. So let's go back. All right, so we have 5 houses that are under $400,000 right now. At least it drops down into under 400 if you look at these 2 right here. So if we get rid of the 2 bedrooms, and also let's zoom in a little bit closer to the house itself. All right, so when we're zooming in, normally we want to do what an appraiser does is look at a 1 mile radius around your condo. So your condo is going to be here. Where are we at? There we go. It's going to be right here. All right, so 1 mile radius though in PB is going to be getting your toes into some sand. All right, so I cut it out a little bit closer to try to keep it into the heart of San Diego. These 2 are a little bit close to the beach as being 3 blocks away, so you're going to see these 2 are a little bit higher. But these 8 here, 325 over there is kind of what we're going to be focusing on because that's our neck of the woods. That's our comparable homes. So looking at all the data here, capping it off, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 300 minimum, 700 max, keeping everything else super open, blank. But we have 13 homes that are either active on the market, pending currently, or have sold in the last 90 days. So let's check out this information. All right, let's again go over to the CMA, figure out what the price per square foot is for the average, what's going on in our target market. So we got 2 homes actively on the market. The one we talked about, 324,900 on Noise. And we got another one here on Lamont Street that we actually looked at already as the yellow exterior, the 400 to 425 one. But so on average, 590 price per square foot with a 637 square feet average. So again, about 130 more than we are. All right, pending, let's see. So we got 590 active, 616 pending, 654 square feet with the average sales price or list price at 401. Okay, and we're looking at the solds. Got a couple places in Plaza, one a little bit closer to the beach, but not too bad. So average for the solds for our neighborhood, we're looking at $520 per square foot. Average is $650. You got a bunch of them in the Plaza, so that's why it's very uniform with the numbers here. Average down on market 17 days, and we're actually selling for just under what they're being listed at. Let's see, so this one's 63. Here's where I listed at 450, sold for 400. I mean, that's a big price change. Oh, here's another one, 340 down to 297. Let's check those out. So let's go back, see what's going on. Let's organize this. All right, well, there we go. Scrolling down, let's find the one that's sold for 297 was listed. All right, one parking spot, one bedroom and bath, 650. Only 9 days on market yet. They took a bunch money less. So let's kind of figure out why. All right, if you scroll down here, you see all cash. Cash is king. You usually can throw your weight around a little bit. So, I mean, they must have really wanted to sell quickly. Cash is the fastest. They're willing to take under $300,000 for that. $285 HOA. Pretty close by to where your unit's located. So let's actually take a look at pictures. All right, not bad. Fancy photography, a couple some filters, got textured ceiling. But it seems like it has a patio. Kitchen's nice. Those look like actual quartz countertops. The backsplash is cute. Again, textured ceiling in the kitchen, which is pretty unnormal actually. All electrical. Okay. Mannequins in there? What's going on over here? Okay. Alright, so decent sized patio. Okay, take that back. But it has one. And there's some dimensions about the property. So it's actually in the plaza. Pacific Plaza though. Alright, so interesting, but I'm guessing they just took a much lower price for, because it was all cash. But let's take a look at all the houses again. Alright, so we checked out Noise already. 324. Checked out Lamont already. It's 400 to 425. They had a big price drop a couple days ago from 440. Okay, so here's Felspar. I looked at this one already. This one is anytime you see luxury condo, 3 blocks from the beach, right? So it's going to be a little bit pricier for 500 to 530. But this one's a penthouse suite, so it's top floor. So it's on that 3rd floor. And again, couple blocks from the beach, so you might get a peekaboo view. So let's see what the pictures look like. Stainless steel appliances. Looks like it's got the bamboo flooring, at least, some decent flooring. Countertops are actual stone. Okay, washer and dryer in unit. Good layout. Everything's pretty well updated. Carpet in the bedroom. An ugly color. Doesn't really look much of a view. Yeah. Alright. But still, top floor, 3 blocks from the beach. Two parking spots. You got detached garage. That can't be right. There's no way it has a detached garage. Either way, it has got 2 parking spots. Most likely one's underground, and one looks like it has a driveway. So 2 parking spots, 1 bedroom. It's pretty rare. We got the one here on Reed, 400 to 419. Again, a little bit closer to the bay. Cheap HOA, 213. Look at some pictures. Alright, so this one has a pretty big patio. decently updated throughout. Kitchen's a little squaring off to the side. Okay. And actually, I know I've been in this unit actually. It goes back around here, and then it's in this back corner over here. It's on technically Reed, but the house is actually over here on Felspar, I think is what it is. Okay. So what else we got here? And we got all the houses on the plaza. So we're looking at the homes on plaza. So it's anything 1775 Diamond and even 1800 Diamond Street. So you're looking, most of them are sitting around like the 330 range. This one's pending. Nothing crazy. It looks like it probably hasn't been touched since like the 90s. So, but again, 653 square feet, one parking spot. They're usually underground in this complex, but again, a $384 HOA. Another plaza, again, 330. It's been on the market for 2 months. Actually fell off the market. If you look at here, back on market. Fell out of market. They got back into contract. So it went pretty far through. If you look, it's been on the market for 67 days, 37 days on market itself. So it almost got to a full 30 days. So probably was loan issues for the actual buyer. But again, 330, same 384 HOA. Let's check out the unit itself. Oof, looks a little rough. Yeah, no one cares about your amenities. Yeah. Does ask you to have some nice ones. Hence the $400 HOA. Laundry, not in unit. Pretty grounds, got tennis courts. Alright, so 99% of the photos aren't even of the unit because the unit is pretty ugly inside. They don't even have any pictures of the bedrooms. But either way, 330 in contract. Again, another one on the plaza, 330 or 335. This one's on the plaza as well, but just a different section of it. It's a little bit more updated. Got the tile floors that look like wood a little bit. Everything pretty modern. Half tile, half carpet. That's interesting. Oh, it's a throw rug. Look in the corner. Never mind. Right. Another on the plaza, 347. Top floor though. Okay, so top floor with vaulted ceilings. So that's going to definitely bring a little bit more of a premium. They had it at 360 at first, but sold at 347. Let's see if there's any kind of reason why. Alright, kitchen's dated. Floors look nice. Nice high ceilings though. Definitely the value is in the high ceilings. Cabinets are all pretty hideous. Countertops. But it's got stainless steel appliances. Okay. And then the rest are going to be plaza interior shots. Okay, we checked out this house on Emerald already. That one was the one sold for cash. This is another interesting 1645 Emerald Street. So the same, pretty close to where your unit is, just a touch outside, 285 for HOA. But look at this interior. Super nice, open concept, kitchen super open feel. It looks like this is actual tile. It's interesting that they tried to make the kitchen look like a different room by switching the tile up. Personally think it's ugly, but it's not my house. Crown molding throughout, fresh coat of paint. Not much of a view, little parking lot view. Okay, standard bathroom, nothing crazy. Looks clean though. Again, bedroom, nothing crazy, clean. A little bit of an accent color. And some hallway and exteriors. Okay, so 335, 285 HOA, 650 square feet. Okay. No pictures, but again, 320. It's in the Plaza building. Felspar. So this one's a little bit closer to the beach. Again, 3 blocks from the beach. 227 HOA. 1 parking spot, 645 square feet. Let's check out what this one looks like inside. Okay, it's got the bamboo floors, semi-open concept of the kitchen. Terrible photos. Why are you like, come on, clean this stuff up before you take the photos. Looks like someone's sleeping and living on the couch. Okay, not bad. Washer and dryer in unit. That looks like a combo unit. So that's always a bonus. Alright, so sold for $400. It's got washer and dryer, 3 blocks from the beach, decently priced HOA. Okay, 3 blocks from the beach, but it also took them 2 months to sell that house, and they sold it for $100,000, less than what they wanted. And another one at $340 in the Plaza, again $630. Let's just check it out. Let's see why it's on the 3rd floor, facing the pool. So no one above you. That takes a premium. It looks like it was. If it wasn't flipped, then it was definitely recently touched up. Top floor again. You have the vaulted ceiling, so there's your premium. View of the pool, but far enough away so you're not hearing people partying out there. Nice dust collector up there. Above the bathroom. Okay, so as a buyer, if you're looking in PB and you're looking for something in 1 bedroom, I mean, it looks like most places are sitting around a 330 to 340 range, depending on the upgrades, the amenities, and what's going on in the complex itself. And that's actually in line with the pendings and solds of the area, and even in line with the actual micro market of PB itself, looking at the heart, staying away from the beaches. You got a couple that are popping over 400 because they're a little bit closer to the beach, or they're the top floor with a little bit of a view, or it has like a balcony. Then you got some of the outliers, like the ones on Grand, where it looks like, the property is going to sit on the market for a while because it's an awkward spot. You got 2 of the most busy streets passing by it. All right, so this is how we're looking through everything, and I want to invest as much time and effort into this property for you to get top dollar sales. So I think in staging the home still is a good idea. Getting a fresh coat of paint on some of the scuff marks from the tenant moving out their stuff. But all in all, your unit is definitely ready to go. You don't need to do anything to it, but I think a little bit of sprucing up here and there, making sure you get a professional photographer out there, making sure we get a fresh coat of paint on some of the stuff that needs it, and doing little things like caulking behind the countertops, behind the sink, behind the bathroom, making sure that the caulk in the shower itself is clean and updated and looks good. And I'm going to take on all of that cost on myself so that we can guarantee that we get the best price possible for this unit. After looking at all this stuff, I know it's a lot of information, so we're going to be checking out the surf tomorrow. So hopefully after looking at this, I didn't bore you too much, but you got a better insight of what's going on in the market in PB and what's similar to your units. And we can come together with what we want to do with the game plan moving forward. So looking forward to talking to you in person, Franklin. Talk to you soon.